Hi, my name is Rigby. I'm the company director of Forward for Life and I'm also the co-founder of ManMade. The reason ManMade was established in 2014 is because Dudley Metropolitan Borough Council recognised that many men in the 40s and the 50s were really struggling to cope, especially men that were unemployed. There's a strong association between unemployment and suicidal ideation for men in their middle years. There's many reasons for this. One of the reasons that's put forward is that men find it very difficult to ask for help, and it's the way we're brought up. The society we live in means that men, to be men, have to internalise their problems, don't speak out about it, because by speaking out about it and asking for help, it's not a manly thing to do. For many men, that means that actually taking their own life appears to be more of a preferable solution. So when ManMade was developed in 2014, it was on the back of the fact that over 4,800 men in that year had taken their own life by suicide. That it was the biggest killer of men under 50 and was also most likely to occur to men who were between ages of 45 and 59. Therefore, ManMade was looking at how to work with men who found it difficult to cope, found it difficult to survive. What we did was run an 8-week program supporting men in a peer group scenario, getting them to talk about issues that men don't often talk about or feel comfortable talking about. We covered areas including their own well-being, mental health, mental illness, confidence building, identity, even loss and grief, because many men don't know what is the right way to grieve, if there is a right way, and don't feel able to grieve openly about things that affect them in their life. We also talked about suicide prevention, though we called it assisting life. We find that men are much more comfortable to feel they're in control of a particular subject matter as opposed to that subject matter being about supporting them to survive themselves. From the 8-week programme, we ran the programme second time in Dudley, also in Samwell, and we found that through independent evaluation, the people's mental health and their well-being during that period of time that engaged with ManMade, we showed that it improved over that period of time. We're now working with ManMade in prison services in Birmingham, and we're running the ManMade alongside Crew's Bereavement in Birmingham, especially around the fact that men and grief is an issue that can be dealt with better for many men in a group scenario such as that. Within local authorities across the country, public health have a responsibility to try and improve people's quality of life and well-being, which also means prevent suicide. What I would like to ask is that the local authorities and public health departments think about suicide not just in terms of mental health or in the traditional terms of mental health. We know that 75% of all people that take their own life are not known to mental health services or not been in touch with mental health services in the previous year. Suicide itself as an act is not a mental illness. We know that people's mental health is deteriorated if they're thinking about suicide, but you don't have to have a diagnosed mental health problem to consider suicide as one option. Suicide is about crisis, it's not about illness. And what we find is that everybody can be affected by crisis, and for many people, regardless of their diagnosis in the past or their current situation, may think that suicide is the only option for them. Thank you.